Welcome back to the channel, guys. In today's video I want to go over a few of our switchback halos. Now most of these you've probably seen already. We've had them on the site for a while. We currently have our 95mm gears. We have the Angry Eye in a switchback. We have 70s, 80s, 90s, 100s, and 110s. It is a very good diffusion. It looks pretty solid. They are bright. They are pretty simple designs, being that they are just 3 wires to run everything. So most of you guys are already familiar with those, so I'm not going to touch on that too much. But we did get something new in as far as the switchback goes. I want to show you some of the stuff that we've gotten in, and I will get that now. So first up, I want to go over our 3-inch switchback strips. Now these do come 6 strips total and 2 drivers, so you can do 3 on each light. And they are solder pads on the back so that you can daisy chain them if you want to, or the drivers do have 3 pigtails that you can plug directly in, and they are a pretty solid diffusion, as you can see here. Very bright, very solid. You actually have a pretty hard time seeing the LEDs on the switchbacks that we have. They are sequential switchback, or switchback, simple switchback on the 3-inch. These are non-sequential. But, you know, a 3-inch sequential is not always a great idea anyways, being that it's just so short. It would be a pretty fast flow. But, yeah, like I said, we did keep these regular. So those are available on the site right now. Like I said, you do get 6 3-inch strips and 2 drivers. That way it's enough to do up to 3 strips in each light. And those are available on the site right now. Next, I want to go over something fairly new on the site, and these are sequential switchbacks. Currently, we just have a 12-inch variety, variant, I guess. We can potentially get some longer ones in the future, but we're just going to see how they do at 12-inch for now. They are sequential switchback strips, and as you can see on the back there are cut marks to where you can cut on the solder pads here, and you can actually say you want 2 6-inch sequentials. You can actually get that out of one of these strips. You cut it down, and you would have enough, the drivers enough to run the entire board, so you can split it up any way that you want, and it will maintain its sequential function. So let's say that you did want 3-inch sequentials. You can do that. You would just cut these into 3-inch sections and run your wiring to the same driver, and that would give you that option. Now keep in mind, cutting the strips does void the warranty, so you know, definitely test these out before you go cutting, just to make sure everything's working right. But by and large, we've been using the sequential switchbacks for quite a while. The only thing that we have changed is the layout on the back. So reliability is very good. I'm definitely not too worried about these having any issues. They are bright. One little caveat to the solder pads on the back is that we had to group the LEDs a little bit closer together in groups of 3. And I don't know if the camera can kind of pick it up there. It's not really, really bad, but it is in sections, so you have to keep that in mind. If getting back in the old style is something that people want, we can do both. But I really think that the ability to cut these and reuse them and move them in different sections, I think is going to go a long way. But I'll actually show you an example of that in just a second here. So just like that, I've actually cut one of the strips up and soldered a couple different pieces together. And as you can see, I've still got the DRL, but I've also got the sequential, which starts on one end, goes to the other, so you can make different shapes depending on the layout that you need. If you're running these behind a diffuser or something, that would look really good. But you know, just depending. If you want to do 3 rows of sequential switchbacks, you could do that. 2 rows, you could do that. So gives you a little bit of an option with the modular design. We do also have the sequential switchbacks in bare without the diffusion. They are a good bit more flexible, and they are cuttable, but we do not have the solder pads on the back of these yet. Depending on when you watch this video, we may have them in, but the plan is to get them in for the exposed LED version as well at a later date. Now on to some of our other new stuff that we just got in. Now, obviously these shapes are a little bit familiar. Not our design, not trying to act like they are, but the cross has been pretty popular in the addressable sizes, and we have had requests for various shapes in Switchback, being that they do not currently exist. No one sells these. So, well, now we do. They are in Switchback now, available on the site. As you can see, very bright still, just like our other stuff for the Switchbacks. And it has that nice amber color that it switches back to. And you can actually, on all of our Switchback, not the sequentials, but the Switchback, you can actually run them as amber if that were something you wanted to do on a build. So it can be the normal Switchback function for turn signal and flashes back to white, or you can do it in the Switchback function, or just solid amber, depending on what you're looking for. Up next is another familiar design, the hearts. We do now have these in Switchback as well. As you can see, very bright, very well diffused. Switchback function, also same style. You can run just the amber if you wanted to, or the normal Switchback. And last up for the Switchback is our hex halos. Once again, not our design, not trying to say it is, but it is now available in a format not previously available, and that is Switchback. So you do have the solid white with the turn signal, very well diffused, good looking halo, and finally is available in a Switchback format now. These will be on the website as well. So that is it for covering our Switchback lineup. I didn't mention, but we do have the tubes as well. That come in 24 and 36-inch lengths for these sequential Switchback tubes. You can find those on the website as well. I've covered those in other videos, so I figured I wouldn't worry about it on this one. And we do also have the dual color 5mm. Those aren't quite like this. It's not quite a kit as much as something you could use with like a ghost sequencer or a course of motion sequencer. And I will actually go over those in another video here in more detail. But thanks for watching. Hopefully some of these halos and Switchback new things that we've gotten in can help some of you guys in your builds. Also wanted to point out our soft touch mats. A lot of you guys really like the silicone ones, but we did have some people express some concerns of potentially scratching things on the silicone mats. While we haven't seen that ourselves while using them, I can certainly understand the concern. So we did end up getting these made in a soft touch. So it's a very soft, it's almost like a mouse pad, sort of, maybe a little bit thicker, but they are pretty solid. They are just as big as our silicone mats, and they are most definitely soft to the touch, so you won't have any issues scratching anything on these. But also on the website, if you want to check it out, nextlevelneo.com. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned till the next video.